Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. It's a shop vlog kinda. Pick me up some tools. Got some on the trailer. Pick me up some new tools. Looks like we got a couple extension cords, plug-in Black & Decker weed eater, a sander. I would definitely use this a lot. I already have one, but I have the triangle disc one. A blower. It's probably plug in as well. Yeah. Some other yard tools. A wrench. And something else over there. Chisel. Those two. The rake. A plug-in chainsaw, which I could actually use because I don't have a chainsaw yet. These two gas tanks that I'm probably gonna fill up with normal gas to put in the disc, because I already have a gas tank for my weed eater and blower that are oil and gas mix. Got the extension cords wrapped up. Again, blower, chainsaw, weed eater, the yard tools over here with this wheelbarrow. I got some other stuff off of it. Some wrenches and some sockets, jumper cables. And then this is some new stuff that I bought. A wire rack, pliers, swivel and not swivel adapters. Alright, I'm going to do a toolbox tour. It's a Cobalt workbench toolbox with a wood top. I have a Harbor Freight blue magnetic tray, a funnel buddy. You just put your funnels in there so it drips down. And nothing over here but the what the toolbox came with a power strip. I just got some batteries hooked up, charger, weed eater I gotta get fixed, pressure washer I gotta get fixed, and a blower. Organizers I have in my top drawer, 1/2-inch drive, metric standard, and metric deep impact. A bunch of adapters, a gator grip, swivels, impact swivels, ball and joint, and then just standard swivels, 1/2-inch extensions, 1/2-inch ratchets, 90 and 72 tooth, wrench extension, breaker bar, that is a 1/2-inch, 3/8 long handle flex head, a 72 tooth ratchet, 90 tooth 3/8 ratchet, a 72 tooth 3/8 ratchet, a 360 degree swivel head ratchet, some miscellaneous 3/8 and quarter that I have to sort out with the ones that's in my truck. I might make a video on that. 10-piece 10 mil set, bolt extractor set, and spark plug sockets. Standard, shallow, and deep, metric, shallow and deep. Drawer below, pliers, screwdrivers, magnets, picks, small screwdrivers, a metric and standard, a hex head, Torx bit, screw extractor, screw bit, a 1/2 and 3/8 drive adapter, so it goes onto that and you can use these bits with it. And then I have these are swivel and these are not. A miscellaneous one, miscellaneous bits, hex bits. Nothing in this drawer. Power tools, screwdriver, and a 1/2-inch impact, batteries, chargers, test light, sander. This actually and be long ways. Down here I have consumable, jumper cable, spark plugs, grease, bearing packer, PB blaster, max off, carb cleaner, brake clean, tape. Nothing in this drawer yet. I have a hammer that goes here. Chisels, I have another chisel that goes here. Punches, spark plug gap tool, crowbar, and battery terminal cleaner. In this one I have all my wrenches, metric and standard, standard stubby, metric stubby, and some miscellaneous standards. And that's all for the toolbox. I'm also going to be working on my trailer in this video. I picked up a weed eater bracket. It'll mount up on the side here. I want to come over here. I already got the wheels off and it on jack stands, but I want to take the bearings out, repack them. So this is everything I'm going to be using to get the bearings out, and I'll show you how to pack them. Tongue and groove, needle nose pliers, a flathead, preferably like a bigger flathead, hammer, a chisel. So first things you want to do is get the chisel, and on mine, I don't have a lip around here. So you'll just put the chisel in there and hammer on it, and it'll create a little gap, and I'll show you what to do next. So once you hammer down your chisel and it creates a gap, I grab my flathead, put the flathead in there and twist it. Once you twist it, it should just fall right out. I'm gonna set that there. And then you can see here, really nasty grease. Looks like a bunch of water got in it, to be honest, with the yellow color of it. You're gonna grab the pin with the needle nose pliers and bend them as straight as possible. And then you'll come over here by the head and just pull it right out. So once you pull that pin out, next thing you're gonna do, mine are really loose. Just grab them with the tongue and groove pliers and twist it out. Once you get that off, you can just stick your flathead in here and get all this. Should be a washer. Once you get that washer out, you can just stick your flathead in here. Should be able to pry the bearing right out. So just open up your grease and put a couple hands full into your grease packer. Ideally, you don't want any air in there, but next thing you want to do, just unscrew this and put your bearing in there, and then you'll push this down a couple times. With mine, you can also hook it up to a grease gun and shoot the grease down in there, which if I would have known that, I probably would have bought a grease gun, because that would just be nice to have, and I do not have one here yet. So while you're pushing down, you should be able to see the old grease coming out the top, which means that new grease is going in there. All right, once you get the bearings packed, you can just put it back in there, then grab your washer. No need in trying to push it all the way back, because this nut, once you tighten it, will push everything back. And then once you get the nut on there, don't forget to put your pin back through the hole, bending around with the needle nose pliers. I like to use the blunt end of the hammer to kind of hit it up against it. And then you can just place this on there and tap it a couple times until this lip is all the way against the hook. There's probably a better way to do it without denting it, but once you hit it a couple times, I had some grease on there, so just wipe that off. But you can hit it a couple times, you'll probably dent it up. There's no marks on mine at all, so it kind of tells me that nobody has tried to get this off before, because a lot of people, they'll grab it with the channel locks and pull on it and scratch it up and stuff like that. It didn't have no marks on it at all. Like all of this is from me. What to be working on is this weed eater. I'm going to take the carb back off. Also need to, this lid is seized on there. I didn't even know plastic could really seize like that. And I need to change the spark plugs. So first thing, while it's sitting right here, let me try to get the gas cap open and fill it up with my gas and oil mixture. I just used a smaller set of the tongue and groove pliers to grab around the lid and just twist it off. It probably marked up the lid a little bit. Make sure before you fill it up, if it is a gas and oil mixture, that you shake it up. Gas and oil likes to separate, And if you put it in your, typically if you put it in your gas tank, it'll mix up while you're pouring it. But really, if your weeder has been sitting for a little bit, you can shake it up and it'll mix it again. But I'm going to probably change the spark plug and then clean the carburetor. So to locate a spark plug, they normally always have this little rubber piece on there, and it's normally stuck on the little ball end of your spark plug pretty well. So you got to pull on it pretty good, and once you get that off, just stick your spark plug socket or deep well socket in there and get it off. And in this case, I already done that, and I have my old spark plugs right there. But let's put the new one in. I honestly forgot which one was which. I believe this is for my pressure washer though, so I'm going to try this one first. Whenever you're doing spark plugs, I like to add a little bit of anti-seize on there, because spark plugs is probably one of the worst things to get seized up, especially if they round off and you can't get them out or whatever the case may be. So I just add a little bit of this anti-seize lubricant on the threads and rub my finger around it a couple times to get it spread out evenly, and then I tighten it down, and you'll feel it get tight, but there is a crush washer on there. It won't feel like it's getting tighter, it'll just feel tight, and then all of a sudden it'll be really tight, and that's how you know you completely crushed the washer in there. Once you get your spark plug back in there, you're just going to put your wire over it and press it all the way down. But now I'm going to take this loose and spray some carb clean in there and then prime it and see if it'll start. I got mine completely unscrewed so I can spray the carb cleaner in the front and the back. And let's do that. This is the carb cleaner I got just from Walmart. Alright, it starts now. I think I'm gonna pack up, call it a night. And I gotta get new tires for this. I already took the wheels and tires off. Alright, I got new tires on the wheels. Finna slap these back on the trailer. I wanna paint the trailer. Not gonna let y'all know what color, because I got a special idea. I'm gonna see if I can pressure wash this, make the deck look a little bit better. And I got some lights for it. I didn't get LEDs because they were charging out the Wahoo for them, but I might upgrade to LEDs later. Just swap them out real quick. Alright, I just got this Craftsman pressure washer, gas pressure washer. I went ahead and took the handle and wheels off so I could set it down in my truck with the bed cover shutting, but it's not starting. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what it is. I haven't even tried to crank it or anything. I see that these wires are kind of hanging out, and it looks relatively new. All right, it has gas in it, no dipsticks, so I couldn't really check the oil. I don't know if it broke off, if it doesn't have one for whatever reason. But I went ahead and tried to crank it, and it's not even making any noise. It's like the pulley's just pulling. It's not like it's trying to really do anything. So let's check the spark plug on it. I pulled the spark plug. It had a bunch of fluid on it, so it could be flooded with water or gas. So I'm gonna I have the spark plug out. I have the plug out of the way. So I'm gonna crank it a couple times, see if it shoots anything out. If it does, probably just gonna keep doing that until not much is coming out. I'm gonna let it dry. I don't really want to put a fan on it because I don't want to push any fluids back in there, but I may tip it downward and put a rag underneath it, see if it catches anything. All right, I pulled on it a couple times. I cleaned the spark plug off. I let it sit for about 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can put this spark plug back in there because I don't have another one of these. Let's see if I can put this spark plug back in there. Let's see if it will try to start. If not, I'm gonna look at some other things that I can probably do and probably pick up a new spark plug because that won't hurt. It's just a couple dollars. And come back and then try that new spark plug. All right, I put the spark plug back in there and it's popping out the intake side, but the intake has oil on it, and the spark plug was flooded with either gas or water. I kind of believe it to be water because I didn't really smell gas on it. But I also don't have the best sense of smell right now. I'm kind of sick. But I went ahead and took it back out, pulled on it about 15 times to try to shoot some more stuff out. I'm going to go get a new spark plug because this one is pretty messed up. Could just not work at all. Going to try to replace this also. All right, I went ahead and picked me up new spark plug. You can see the old one's pretty fouled. You probably can't see it on camera, but it has like water on it. It doesn't really smell like gas, so I think it's water. And see, the old air filter's pretty bad too. It looks like where the air filter is, you can't really see it, but it looks like there's like oil in there. It's like really sticky. You can kind of see that on my finger. But I'm gonna put some anti-seize on this spark plug, put it back in there, and go from there. Put a new spark plug and air filter in there. Still not cranking. I just realized that the on and off switch is not like on there at all. That's what them wires are. So I don't know if it's permanently on or permanently off, but the spark plug is not sparking either. But I did get shocked by it. So I think it would work. I kind of feel like the pressure washer is off. And that might be also causing it not to start now, but I think it was definitely flooded. All right, I'm also gonna try to fix this bumper sag. My plan is to loosen up the 2 bolts on each side, get the jack under this, push it up, and hopefully all the way touching this, and then just tighten it back down. All right, putting the jack on it and bolting it down did not work like whatsoever. I tried hitting the brackets, the back of the brackets up, and the back of this bracket on the bumper down, to hopefully like meet each other and like bring the rear of the bumper up. Still didn't work. There's like the bracket that's on the frame can move up and down. I just put it all the way forward. I put a lot of pressure down right here, and then I put the jack up right here, and it worked pretty good. Now I just got to do this side. It looks like it's done, but I just got to bolt. If I just bolt it down, it's gonna push the back of this back down. So I just had to put a bunch of weight over here again and then pick up on this. I also trimmed it up a little bit on both sides, so maybe it'll scrub a little bit less. I still got a little bit more trimming to do, but I'm gonna buy a torque wrench because I got like really bad anxiety. So when these are not torqued, my anxiety is going crazy. I drove it for like 2 days without these torqued. Not like they were about to fall off, but my anxiety was just going crazy thinking that they're not torqued down. All right, I'm probably gonna call it quits for tonight. I'm gonna clean up the shop a little bit, and then I'm probably just gonna head on home. All right, I got my truck back in the shop. It's been probably 4 days since I cut the bumper and the wheel wells and stuff. It is so much nicer not scrubbing everywhere and being so loud. A couple people have told me the truck looks taller with me fixing the bumper sag, but I did an oil change a little bit ago. I honestly should have recorded it, made a little video on how to do it. I know a lot of people that watch me probably already know how to do it, but it would be kind of for the people that's wanting to learn. So I should have made a video on that, but I'm probably going to rotate my tires. The passenger front has camber, and I can't really do, like, even with an alignment, it still has a little bit of camber. So every oil change, I just rotate my tires. So I'm gonna swap the front two and then put this front one, so it'll be that one over there back here, and this one back here. So I'm swapping the front two and then putting them in the back and bringing the two straight forward. So that one will be right here, this one will be over there, that one will be right there, and that one will be over there, if that makes any sense. Alright, I got the front of the truck jacked up. I'm gonna swap these tires real quick, or wheels, but I just wanted to show you what I use. This DeWalt 20 volt brushless impact. With these spike lug nuts, you have to have like a super deep socket, and I suggest keeping this in your truck. It would be nice if I had an extra one for here, just so I know where a spare one is, but keeping it in your truck, like if I ever have to take this wheel off for anything, like if I break down whatever, it's way better to have it in the truck than not. And I wanted to show y'all some stuff that I picked up. This 10 to 150 foot-pound half-inch drive torque wrench from O'Reilly's, and then some cable like protective stuff, the plastic wrap that's like cut in half, and then some electrical tape. So this stuff right here is for the lights on this. Alright, I got them all on, all torqued down, whatnot. I could have sworn I just stripped this one because I was torquing it down, and it kind of popped, but not like the torque wrench popping. It kind of felt like the socket just broke, or not the socket, the lug just broke. So I took it off. The lug was on there fine. I shined the light in there. It didn't look like any other threads were messed up. The nut threaded all the way back on and torqued right back down. So it might have just been the torque wrench popping weird, because it was about a click for the torque spec. But I got them all done. I already knew what I needed on this truck, but since I had the tires all off, kind of looked at everything. I needed like a whole front end kit, and I definitely need all 4 brakes. I need pads and rotors. I didn't really check the pads, but I don't really like half doing the job, so I might as well do pads and rotors. If I'm doing a whole front end and rotors, why shouldn't I add pads? You know what I mean? I would love to work on this right now, but I don't think I am, just because I forgot to get them connectors. I got wire strippers, but I didn't get the connectors to connect that to the wire. And whenever I do that, I have a little trick my dad taught me. But don't forget, when you're putting your torque wrench up, I don't really have a good protective thing besides this little plastic thing that came in, so that's what I'm probably going to use. If it came with a protective thing, I always put it back in there. Once you're done, I haven't done it yet, but once you're done using it, if it'll focus, loosen this up and then zero this out. Don't loosen it all the way up, because it'll go not below 0, like it can torque it less than 0 or torque it less than 10. It can, but you zero it out, so you just put it on the lowest it has, which on this one is 10. So you just loosen this up, twist this all the way down to 10, and tighten this back up, and then I'll put it in there, and I'll put it in the toolbox. Alright, I actually took it out of the protective thing, but I did zero it out, which the lowest it has is 10. I did reorganize this down here a little bit, but I like how it looks. The drawer's definitely getting full. I gotta do something with those. Those are all miscellaneous. But I feel like this video is getting a little long. So one last thing, when you jack something up, don't forget your jack stands. I normally, if I jack something, so I had the front of the truck on the jack stands and had the back of the truck on the jack with some other jack stands over there. But I don't have the jack holding any weight, but I have the jack all the way up. But with all that said, I just want to say thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that. Alright, see ya.